I'm Kevin O'Hara for alcoholmastery.com. Today I just wanted to talk about who suffers the most from your refusal to quit drinking. And it's definitely going to be yourself, the future you who hasn't got a clue yet what it's, what's in store for it. The oblivious future you. And what I mean by that is you're where you are now, right? You're enjoying the fruits of your instant gratification, right? So you're sat there and you're thinking, well, yeah, I don't really want to do it today, I really can't put myself through this today. I'm not in the form for it, I'm not in the humour for it, I'm not in the right space of mind for it. I don't really want to feel that discomfort now. Maybe next week, or maybe the week after, or maybe the month after, right? And you take your drink, right? And you sip away and you feel all nice and relaxed. You're back to yourself. But in the back of your mind, you've got this ticking time bomb, right? Not only a ticking time bomb, you know that you're doing what you're doing to yourself. You know that you've got to stop. So you've got this consistent, persistent pressure, right? That's eating away at you. That's eating away at your self-confidence. That's eating away at your self-worth, what you think about yourself, all these kind of stuff. But as I say, you've got this ticking time bomb in the back of your mind. And to give you an analogy of what it's like this thing is going to do to you in the future, imagine your dirty hangover that you have, right? So you have the extra few drinks and you wake up in the morning and you've got a full-on hangover. Your head is bursting, your stomach feels like shite, and you're listening to yourself, you're looking around and you're thinking, what did I do last night? All the crap that has gone on, oh shit, did I do that? Did I say that? Or I actually went through all that crap last night and now I'm suffering the consequences. Well, imagine that in your future self, but magnified by multiple fold, right? 100 or 1,000, but instead of this hangover passing, these consequences that you've put onto your future self are going to stay. They're permanent, right? There's nothing you can do about it. If you go to the doctor and the doctor turns around to you and says, look, you've got cirrhosis of the liver, and cirrhosis is an irreversible liver damage, right? It's scarring on the liver that, regardless of what you do, you can't reverse that. You have to get a liver transplant if you want to reverse it. So that involves basically cutting open your sides, taking your liver out and replacing it with somebody else's liver, And even then, there's no guarantees with it that this is going to take. No guarantees that you'll get one in the first place. When there's people who have liver failure through no fault of their own. So why should a person who is, actually contributed to their own liver failure, who has been the author of their own liver failure, why should they get a liver? Where there's a lot of people who, have just got diseases where the liver has failed, There's children who've got liver failure. There's young adults that have got their lives ahead of them that have got liver failure. They come out on top, So I'm saying is that every time you drink now and you know that it's contributing towards your own demise, right? Your own ultimate demise. You're contributing to the person in the future who you're going to be, right? A year down the road, 5 years down the road, who is going to suffer the consequences of what you're doing right now. And they don't know, that person doesn't know. I mean, as I've said, before, 7 years down the road, and you are literally going to be a different person. Almost every cell in your body is completely changed. The only thing that you've got to link you back to the old person is the way you look in the mirror. You look the same person, but obviously 7 years down the road. 7 years down the road, if you've been drinking alcohol, it's going to be a lot more of a wizened old character, a little more elderly, a little more frail. That happens anyway, but if you've been drinking, it's going to be a lot more pronounced. And another part of it is that your memories, you have a lot of memories, or maybe you won't have so many memories if you've been drinking alcohol. So what I'm saying is that You take that person 7 years down the road, and they're the ones that are going to suffer all the consequences of what you're doing to yourself now. So is that what you want to have yourself, you know? I mean, just imagine yourself, put yourself forward in time. So for me, that would be, you know, putting myself as a 55-year-old or a 60-year-old. And if I was drinking now, where would I be in 5 or 10 years' time? Who would that person be, you know? Would I be in a hospital bed, you know, dying of liver cirrhosis? You know, so the idea here is to just take yourself on a little trip in your mind to 5 years, 10 years down the road, and look at yourself, look at your health. How is your health going to be? How is your, you know, overall appearance going to be? What's your finances going to look like? What's your job going to look like? You know, all these different areas of your life. How are you going to be in 10 years' time? This is not the person that you are now because of your instant indulgence, because of your need to satisfy yourself now and keep satisfying yourself now. Where are you going to be in 10 years' time? And who is that person going to be that is going to suffer, you know? And on the alternative side, you can say to yourself, right, if I put myself through the couple of weeks that it's going to take me to overcome the cravings and the urges and stuff, right, to change my life, right, maybe a bit longer than a couple of weeks, but, you know, 6 months, a year that it's going to take me now to change my life and to get to that place now where I know that I'm going to be a better individual. What is that going to do? How is that going to look for you in 5 to 10 years' time? You know, the healthier person. Just go back and look at my old videos and you'll see the changes in 3.5 years. Not in 5 years or 10 years, but just 3.5 years. Go look at my first video. You can see it on the website. Go to the first year on the home page and just click on that first video, video number 1, and you'll see how much I've changed in those 3.5 years. That is what we're talking about here. You know, are you willing to give yourself a whole motherload of shit down the road, or are you willing to put yourself through the things that you need to put yourself through now in order to give yourself a bright future, right? So that's it for now. If you like this video, give us a thumbs up. Come on over to the website and sign up to the newsletter. There's a reminder of daily videos over there. So until next time, keep safe, keep the alcohol out of your mouths. I'm Kevin O'Hara for alcoholmastery.com. Onwards and upwards. Take care.